Came out the mud, now we map out the star. Hands on the wheel, got my life in the car. Up and down roads, they said ain't for me. Now I run routes like a wide body Jeep. Selling work out the trunk, I was freezing at lights. Eating chips for dinner, counting quarters at night. Now it's bags in the back, got them strapped to the seats. Every mile one prayer, one now police. State line after state line, I was chasing a shot at mile marker, felt like a ticking clock. Hit a rest stop shower just to rinse off the pain. Then I double that flip, did it all again. Highway to the million, I'm leveled it. Turn that stress into stone, then I build with it. From a stash in the door to a safe in the crib. I was driving for my life, now I'm flying to live. Yeah. Highway to the million.
Yo, it's your boy DZ, man. You already know it's not about the setback. It's about the get back. I want to appreciate everyone that's became a member, that subscribe to the channel, and that watches the channel. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we go live. I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me, and I hope y'all continue to rock with me. What's poppin', fam? Shout out to all y'all, man, that be rocking with the channel, man. If you haven't already smashed that like button, man, smash that like button as soon as you come in the building. You know, I appreciate all of y'all, man, that be rocking with your boy DZ. Yeah. You know, I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend and enjoyed themselves and did whatever they wanted to do. You know, life is about you. You hear me? Do what you do to make you happy. And that's a fact. Yeah, so, you know, this weekend, your boy DZ went to a barbecue. You know, I went out to a little reggae spot. I went to the beach. Like, you know, I enjoyed myself this weekend. You know what I'm saying? And I was mixing it up. No cap. You know, I was just doing what I wanted to do. You know, I was going to go live, but I just took some time for me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I love all y'all that rock with me. You know, facts. I just took some time for me. I was going to go live. You know, in the near future, I'm definitely, you know, gonna lock in doing lives on everything I do outside of being right here. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be in the future. Everything. I don't care what's going on. That's the near future for me. Everything that I do is gonna be on the camera. And I'm telling anybody that, you know, wants to be around me or whatever, this is what it is. You know, I don't want nobody to be upset about anything. Whoever's around me, we on the camera. You know? Yeah, you know, because on some real stuff, though, you know, my life can be entertaining. You hear me? My life can be entertaining, and, you know, I do have a ball. You know, when I want to go out and hang out, I have a ball. And, you know, I'm a sober guy, you know, no smoking, no drinking, you know what I'm saying? And I like to have a good time, you know what I'm saying? Like, facts. Yeah. So, you know, when I went out this weekend, right? Like, I'm gonna tell y'all, I had fun, right? I went and got on some rides and some more shit. You know what I mean? I went and got on some rides. You know, I was having a ball. I was outside. You know, I was on the beach, on the boardwalk. It was litty. Like, it was super litty. They had the fireworks out there. And I had a good time, you know. Now, I ran into almost a problem, right? When I was outside. Whereas though I'm outside, right? And when I went on the rides, my stomach got a little messed up from the rides, right? I don't know if it's because I ate before, but I went on some rides and shit, so it messed my stomach up, right? Now, I'm trying to get myself back together for a couple of minutes and shit, right? I'm like, all right, let me get myself back together. I'm hanging out, right? And I'm outside, and, you know, somebody around me, they was trying to go into the, you know, the bars and drink, right? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go with you. You know what I'm saying? We go in the bar. You know what I mean? I don't drink, I don't smoke, but I'm still gonna hang out and have a good time, right? You know, but most of the time, I'm leading the situation. You know what I'm saying? But at this moment, I'm like, my stomach a little messed up, you know, because of the rides, and I ate, so I got to get my shit back together, right? So I'm trying to, like, get my shit back together. I'm like, man, I don't want to, you know, kill the vibe because my stomach messed up. So I'm going to keep going, right? All right, come on, we're going to the bar, right? Now, I let somebody else lead the situation and lead us into this bar, right? Straight up. So I'm going to tell y'all, right? Y'all know y'all my folks, so I rock with y'all. And I wish I had this on camera, you know, because y'all would have fell out. No cap. So I go inside the bar, right? I sit down. This white dude come up. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah. You look like one of the guys from G Unit or something, right? I'm like, man, you don't go ahead with that, man. What you talking about? Yeah, I got some weed, right? I'm like, man, I don't smoke weed. Nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? I don't drink. Yeah. Now, I got my folks and shit with me, right? So, the dude like, yeah, you know this a gay bar, right? I'm like, what? Hey, yo, man, if you gay, get the fuck away from me, right? He like, nah, I'm not gay, man. I'm like, yo, hold up, man. I jump up, right? I go to the entrance. I'm like, is this a gay bar? They like, yeah. I'm like, what? Hold up. I tell my folks with me, right? I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on with you? Is you paying attention? I walk outside of the joint, right? Look up front. It's a damn rainbow flag out front. You hear me? It's a rainbow flag out front. I'm like, yo, are you paying attention where the fuck we going at? Like, this is why I don't let motherfuckers lead the situation. Straight up. This is why I don't let people lead the situation. I'm letting the Joker lead the situation because my stomach a little funny, right? They take your boy in the damn gay bar. I'm like, hold up, man. I should have known something was funny when the bouncer at the door was a dyke. I should have known that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold up. Yeah, I took off out there, man. I said, come on, man. Yeah, dude come up to my, he ain't gay. Nigga, if you don't get the fuck away from me, man. Straight up. They thought I'm ready to spaz the fuck out. Took off up out there, though. Yeah. But I had a good weekend, though. It was lit out there. Fireworks. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it was definitely turned up. You know, it's the weekend, so, and it's the holiday, so the beaches around here, they be turned all the way up. You know what I'm saying? They be turned all the way up. And, you know, they got, you know, a lot of food and festivities and shit out there. But you know me, I'm laid back. You know what I'm saying? I'm laid back. You know, I'm kind of anti-social. You know what I'm saying? Folks I was around, they like more social than people, but I'm like anti-social, so I'm laid back, playing the back. You know what I'm saying? But I had a good time and enjoyed myself, man. You know, good day though. Yeah, good weekend. For real, for real. You know, I went live at the barbecue. You know, my phone kept overheating at the barbecue, but barbecue was nice. Food was good. Hung out with my folks. You know what I mean? And had a good time. You know what I mean? I was thinking about going you know, to Donny Park, you know, today, but then my folks said nah, they wasn't going to do it. And then it rained real bad here. You know, there's a lot of rain. You know what I'm saying? It's raining here now. You know, to knock trees down, power outages, and most shit. You know what I mean? But for the most part, the weekend was good, you know, real relaxed. Yeah. But as I am chilling, you know, people sending me stuff about Ray J and Wicked100. You know, both of them dudes is like pre-hype queens, man. Both of them. Yeah. They be hype, you know, in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Ray J, he not hype in nobody's face. You know, he tough when he got people around him. When he by himself, you know, dude is real humble. You know, this how you know it's an act that he putting on, right? Because when the boy by himself, he real humble. He ain't on none of that, man. You know, but when he, you know, away from the people he want to go at, the boy extra cocky. You know what I'm saying? He really about that life. You know, he on that. And you know, you got them certain dudes, right, that can talk like they like that. They want to sound like it. Yeah, I'm on that. You know, but I'm gonna be real though. Dudes that are, you know, like that, they've experienced some situations by being like that. You hear me? They done took a hot one. You feel what I'm saying? They done had some real life experiences because they've been on that. But the actors, you know, the dudes that be acting, nah, they never been in those type of situations. You know, they used to acting and trying to make it look like they this super tough guy and, you know, that they on that, but they just actors. Ray J, definitely. You know what I mean? Because, you know, him and Sauce Walker, you know, was out there streaming with AB and Dean. And we seen when Sauce Walker was in the bold face, Ray J ain't had none of that energy at all. His shit was all calm. Man, why he saying this? And, you know, he was real calm. But then when he get by himself, yeah, I'm a this and I'm gonna do that and I'm on this and, you know, we ain't playing that and the homies this and the homies that. You feel me? Like on some real shit. You know, jokers like that. I just feel like, you know, the crash need to go down. This is how I feel. Fuck it. You know, just to make it where as though people like that will respect something. You know what I'm saying? Dudes like that, Ray J and Wicked100, they do a lot of wolfing. I feel like the crash just need to happen. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. You know, it is what it is. You know, people all, you know, feel like, oh, black people shouldn't be, you know, into it with black people. You know, some people be feeling like that, man. I feel like them dudes, they got so much respect for other nationalities that the crash need to happen with them. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Let the crash happen. So it'll make niggas respect something. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. You know, Ray J be pump faking all the time. Like he tough though. Dude act like he really a gangster. You know, where you ain't never been in that. You know what I'm saying? You never been in no real live standoffs. You never been in the situation where a nigga had the thing to your head. You never been in them situations though. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with these dudes, they just do a lot of like, you know, capping. That shit be straight foo-fafi. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Shit be foo-fafi. You know, and we see Ray J, like I said, him and Wicked100 are attention-seeking whores. Straight up. That's what they are. You know what I'm saying? They'll act like they're the toughest to ever exist for some attention. Just to be noticed. They gonna act like they're the toughest. The right person, catch them in the right predicament, they going, nah, it wasn't like that. And we already seen Ray J was in the crowd somewhere outside and Bull smack fire out of him. Straight up, Ray J ain't do nothing. We see him in the ring with Super Hot. Super Hot put mitts on him. Ray J ain't do nothing. You know, but then when he on the screen, he the toughest guy that ever existed. You know, and then he want to tear his face up. All the dudes that be tearing their face up, acting like they gonna do shit to people, just remember they soft. Them niggas is soft. Wicked100, you know, he was in a situation where he was doing a podcast over there with some dudes in 607 Onk and shit, right? And literally, the guy said something to him, which we know it wasn't as bad as the shit that Adam say to him. We know Adam say all the crazy shit to him, right? Telling him he want to stick a finger in his ass, you know what I'm saying? Giving him dildos, all kinds of shit, right? And he'll never get that hype. But when he over there with the niggas, the nigga like extra hype. Oh man, he tough as a motherfucker. Yeah, I'ma do this to you, I'ma knock you out. If a nigga telling you that he gonna knock you out, he not like that. You should have just knocked the nigga out. If you like that, if a nigga telling you he gonna knock you out and he gonna do this to you and do that to you, majority of the time, them niggas ain't like that. They just trying to install fear in you. They want niggas to be intimidated by their words. Straight up. Because if a nigga gonna knock you out, he gonna just knock you the fuck out. That's it. Ain't gonna be no, I'm telling you, I'm gonna do shit. I'm not telling you nothing. I don't want you to be prepared. Straight up. I don't want you to be prepared for what's about to happen. Because my plans is to knock you out. Like, what the fuck? So, you know, when you got them dudes like Wicked100, they be barking. That shit is just to sell, you know, the views on the internet. That's it. You know, some people, you know, they fall for it. And, you know, they like, oh, Wicked100. No, that shit's for views, nigga. Yeah, that's all. Nigga get hyped up in front of these niggas. It's because he want attention. Attention-seeking whores. That's what they are. You know what I'm saying? If he was going to knock the boy out, oh, you say this, I'm going to knock you out, nigga. Knock him out. Fuck. Yeah. Don't say it just to try to intimidate a nigga, and you know you ain't going to do it. You know you ain't going to hit the man, but you want everybody to believe that shit. You feel me? That's the type of time these niggas be on. You know, straight capping. Yeah, we got a poll in the chat. And, you know, let me know what your answer is on that poll, man. You know what I mean? Real shit, though. We gonna go over it in a minute, though. Y'all know how I do, man. I just seen this shit. I'm like, hey, these boys is cat. Ray J, he was hype. Wicked, they both be, that's what they selling. You know what I'm saying? That's what they selling. And, you know, recognizing it with them type of people, you can't even let those type of jokers get you in your bag because they not going to do nothing. Straight up, especially on camera. They not doing nothing. Wicked100 might go behind your back and get one of the little cronies, little pee-wee broke niggas to try to do some goofy shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they not doing nothing on camera at all. You know what I'm saying? All that, I'm gonna knock you out. Nigga, you ain't knocking nothing out, bro. Yeah. And if it was the right individual, you know, that was really about their business, he wouldn't even act like that. Real shit. If somebody like Suge Knight, Big U was in his face, Wack wouldn't dare act like that. And I'm just being real. You know, Wack acts like that to people that he see is intimidated by him. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that ain't intimidated by him, he not gonna act like that. Cause a nigga gonna get active. You know? And you know, one thing that I had to learn growing up, right, is there's a lot of men that are really intimidated by other men's words. I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? A nigga get the whooping and they be intimidated because they scared to take an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? And then you got men that try to intimidate others that really can't fight, but they just want to intimidate niggas to keep niggas off their ass. You hear me? Real shit. You know, it's a lot of men like that. I had to learn that growing up. Yeah, niggas ain't gonna, you know, squabble for real because niggas is scared to lose. You know, as a man, you gonna win some, you gonna lose some. Straight up. But the more these motherfuckers you have, the better you get at it. That's just how it go. Nigga be popping that shit. Nigga, you niggas ain't punching on nothing. So I know, nigga, anybody can catch a nigga blind side and hit him. Anybody can do that. Nigga, to get up in there, 2-3 minutes of fighting, that shit there is something else in the street. Nigga be popping that shit. 2-3 minutes of this shit, pugging, getting down. Oh yeah. Everybody can't handle that. Nigga be ready to have an asthma attack. Nigga be ready to fall out. 2-3 minutes of that. These niggas be popping it. This is why a lot of them jokers need niggas around them. Yeah, they gotta have niggas around them because they can't fight. Scared to take an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Scared of that. But when you really come from, you know, that life of being by yourself in the street, nigga, you ain't scared of that. You not scared of that, nigga, because you know you can't win them all. You gonna get out there and dance, nigga. We gonna get it popping. Straight up. You know, I had to learn that. This is a fact. You know, from experience. I had to learn a lot of niggas be pump faking. Straight up. You know, all the dudes that be trying to intimidate niggas, you get up in the middle of them niggas and catch them with these shits, they going out. They can't handle it. Now, I ain't running all around in the circle, nigga. I'm coming up in there. You hear me? I want to come up in there. Win, lose, or draw, nigga. You might catch me with one. But I want to come straight up in that motherfucker. My shit up in there. And I'm going to drop these motherfucking bombs. You're going to need about 4 or 5 of your homies to jump on. We know that. This how these niggas is rolling. You know what I'm saying? They not getting up there in the middle. You know, we see how Wicked100 was when he was outside with the play with the white boys. That lets you know his style. He bouncing all around and like he's swinging his little short arm. Nigga, hold up. Nigga. Coming up in there. Straight up. Yeah, I'm gonna let you get one or two of them bitches off. You better get it right. All that bouncing around and these niggas is running in a circle. Like the video that I showed the people when I had a situation. Literally. Boy was 6'4", 250, cut up. Nigga, I'm right there. You hear me? I'm right there. I'ma drop these motherfuckers. Ain't no bouncing all around. Nigga, I'm not jumping all around in the circle and all that shit. Nigga, nah, nigga, we gonna get there and bump, nigga. Either you gonna knock me the fuck out or I'm gonna knock you out. I'm not running all around and jumping all. No. We gonna get right there and bump, nigga. But these niggas that be talking that, oh, I'm gonna do this and do that, nigga, you talking. Nigga, do it. Straight up. If you like that, nigga, you would have had some cases for those situations. You know what I'm saying? If you like that. You know what I mean? Real shit. Now, Wicked100 that had situations from blindside niggas. That nigga ain't getting there bumping with no gangsters. Yeah, that nigga go at a nigga that, you know, ain't like that. Yeah. You know, he like to intimidate niggas in the industry. You know, that's what, you know, niggas like Wicked100 do. They be around certain niggas and intimidate certain niggas in the industry. Straight up. You know what I mean? That's the shit they do. And, you know, and I'm, you know, glad from my experience and shit. It's a good thing that a joker like me ain't in the middle of that. I would have been like, fuck life. You know what I'm saying? Forget life. Them niggas like, you know, Wicked100 and Suge Knight doing that shit. Nigga, man, I'd have been like, fuck life. You niggas think you gonna press me for something and you niggas think you gonna walk around here like it's all gravy? Nigga, you got to be fucking crazy. Yeah. But that's the kind of shit that they do to certain individuals in the industry that they feel, you know, is weak. You might be getting some money in the industry, in the entertainment world, and they feel like you sweet. So those are type of niggas that they play that with. You know what I'm saying? You play that shit with the right individual, you gonna motherfucking wish you didn't do that. You know, but I feel like, you know, certain jokers analyze the people that they do that with, and, you know, they try to catch niggas out of bounds. You know what I mean? You do that to a certain individual, they'll wait on you. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know, my uncle, he used to always say to me, when he had beef with certain niggas, he'd be like, man, I don't care if I see that nigga 5-10 years from now. Straight up. I don't care if I see him 5 or 10 years from now. And he stood on that shit. He stood on that. It be 5-10 years from now, he see a nigga and he ready to pug right there. Straight up. Yeah. Now, what was that shit you was saying? The nigga done forgot about the shit. Nah, nigga. I ain't forget. I ain't forget. The nigga done forgot about the shit like it was cool. Nigga, I ain't forget. Yeah. You know, see, and the one thing about Wicked100, right? The boy start too much shit with everybody. Appreciate that, C. Brown. That's a fact. Real shit. Appreciate the super chat, though, bro. You know, the one thing about Wicked100, he start too much shit with everybody. Yeah. You know, he don't know where it can come from. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. He don't know where it can come from. He start too much shit with too many different people. You know, and I don't know, like, what them guys be thinking, like, on some real shit. Having people around you does not stop the right person from getting active. I don't know where this came from in the world, what makes people think that because you have people around you, it stops the right person from getting active. I don't understand that. Like I don't know where that thought process came in. Having people around you does not stop somebody that is on that. Not one bit. It don't stop that shit. But these niggas think, I don't care if you got 10, 20, 30 people around you. A nigga that really feels some type of way about something that say, I'm leaving the house today expecting not to come back the fuck home. That type of nigga. You having 10, 20 niggas around you, don't stop that nigga. And this is what, these people that like Wicked100, Ray J, that because they think they around gang members or wherever the fuck they be around, they think that shit works. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. Literally, right? See, and that's one thing about black people, right? On some real live shit. This why this shit continue to go on, because it's niggas that will be on that shit, but then it's niggas that get to thinking about, the consequences. But then you got certain people in them other cultures that they not thinking about the consequence. You see what happened to Charlie Kirk. You see what happened to the CEO of the insurance, the medical insurance. You see what happened? Those people went out the house that morning and said, I ain't coming back home. I'm going out there and I'm not coming back home. Hey, if I make it back, I make it back. But the whole thing is I'm going out the door and I probably ain't coming back. But you got, these certain like gang members and shit like that, in the neighborhood, they'll be a gorilla. They'll go to jail for life in their neighborhood shit. They'll go for one block down the street, they'll go to jail for life. But if a nigga is across town, they don't got that same energy. A nigga over somewhere else, they don't got that same energy. But if you walk down my street that you don't own nothing, you're a renter, you can get put out, and the only time you can come around the block is just walking through, you don't live out there, they be ready to crash out for that. Straight up. This the mentality they got. Now, if you got an issue with a joker, right? Why does it only take for the nigga that is on your block for you to have an issue with? I don't get that. If you got an issue with a nigga, you got an issue with a nigga. They gotta come on your block. You got like some of the niggas that say Wicked100 not gonna come on the block. Right? Yeah, he ain't gonna come on the block. He ain't gonna come on Vernon Avenue. And he ain't gonna come on, this block, that block, right? So the only way that, he can be confronted is on your block. That's the only way. He can't get confronted nowhere else on your block. So of course he's not gonna come to your block. It just make it where as though, the mind frame of these jokers. Real shit. The mind frame. If they don't come to your block, nigga, they good. Yeah. This why Wicked100 play with the niggas like he play with them. He play with all the gang members the same because he know as long as I don't go to your block, niggas ain't on nothing. Nah. If I go to your block, then you feel like you He-Man. But if I don't go to your block, Nah. Come on now. But you got niggas like, you know, the boy that was out there on Charlie Kirk's ass. He ain't care where Charlie Kirk went. Do you know the CEO guy that was walking around New York? The nigga ain't care where he went. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much people you got around you and who you got here and who you got there, man. Listen, it's people out there that just don't care, you know? But you know, Wicked100, he like to play with, you know, the gang members. Straight up. He like to play with the gang members because obviously, in his mind, they only hard on their block. You know what I'm saying? When he on the podcast, you know, wolfing, that shit fool fafi. Cat. Yeah, that shit cat. You know what I mean? Because he was hyped up. Yeah, I'm going to break your shit and yeah, I'm going to do this. He was hyped up. Yeah, you know, you playing with me and come on, man. Come on with that pre-hype shit, bro. You pre-hype. You ain't doing nothing to nobody, you know. I know when he did it, he like, yo, I'm going to get you the views. And then, you know, he get the niggas that look at it and they think that, you know, this is the gangster whack. Yeah, this whack with the gangster, he crashed out. Nigga, that shit fool fafi. That shit is fool fafi. Man, if y'all notice when I be talking about the bull, man, I don't never cover the titles the way none of these niggas do. Yeah, I'm not covering the titles the same way they acting like Whack is a gorilla. Whack, crash out. Nigga, crash out. Nigga, Whack is out there acting. That nigga is a Tubi actor. Straight up. The Tubi actor on YouTube, man. That's what he is. All Whack and crashed out and he done snapped out and nigga, Whack ain't doing nothing to nobody, man. Straight up. You know, he got the lames around him that make it feel like something. We see what happened with them. Them niggas is falling all over the place with the strap. They got the strap. They falling all over. These niggas ain't never licked at nothing, man. The only time they lick in the air is New Year's Eve and 4th of July, nigga. Straight up. These niggas ain't licking at nothing, man. Straight up. They licking in the air 4th of July. Boo! Boo! Hey, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Yeah, New Year's Eve. Man, let me see it, man. Let me see it, man. Boo! They got their head this way. Boo! Yeah. They licking in the air, man. Straight up. And these niggas ain't never been up on nothing. You let Whack tell it. You hear me? You let Whack tell it, right? That nigga, he had blowouts in the mall. You let him tell it. That nigga had blowouts in the mall. Yeah, at 12 now. At 12 years old, you let that boy tell you he done had him in the mall. Nigga, I'm in the mall, I done had a blowout, nigga. Nigga, you ain't done none of that, man. That's the shit he be on, though. Trying to make niggas believe like, you know, he busting that iron. Nigga, you ain't, man, you ain't never had no residue on your hand, nigga. Stop it, man. You just carrying that thing. Straight up, you want to scare a nigga. That's all. You know, a lot of these niggas, they get the strap just to scare a nigga. They not going to use the motherfucker. They want to scare a nigga. They know niggas get scared with that iron. You see a nigga with the strap, nigga get scared. Oh, he got a gun. He got a gun, nigga. Straight up. No cap. You hear me? No cap. Like on some real shit. Now I done been in multiple situations with a nigga with that strap on me. You hear me? Nigga got the joint to me. I done been in a situation where I felt like, let me go ahead, lay it on down. Nigga got me. You hear me? And I done been in a situation where I'm about to try this nigga. Fuck it. Now I'm gonna try him. Yeah, bust that motherfucker, nigga. I done been in multiple situations. I done been in a situation where a nigga got that joint on me, tell me lay down. I'm gonna lay the fuck down, all right? Because I don't know. This nigga right here look like he might let this motherfucker go. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna lay it on down. And I done been in a situation where I done knew a nigga and he got the joint on me. And I'm looking at the nigga. I'm ready to literally tag the nigga with the joint. Nigga tell me, nigga, you got one swing, nigga, because he see me. I'm like, nigga, I ain't giving you shit, nigga. Nigga say, yo, you gonna act like that with a gun in your face? Nigga, I ain't giving you nothing, nigga. Nothing. Straight up. Now, this how you know boy he got busy before, but I guess with me, he didn't want to go there. Because I was risking it. It was a risky situation. I was risking it, no cap. And I'm sitting there like, I done balled my fists up, ready to tag the nigga. I'm trying to inch a little closer to him, you know. I'm ready to try to smack the strap and tag it. Nigga, I ain't giving you nothing. The nigga ain't getting nothing from me either. He know I was standing my ground. He could have popped me. You hear me? The right nigga would have popped me. At least gave me a leg warmer. Straight up. If it was the right nigga, he would at least gave me a leg warmer. Boom. All right, nigga, you playing. I told you to give it up, nigga. Didn't I tell you give it up? The right nigga would have did that. Facts. You hear me? But in that situation, nigga took off running. But the nigga had so much beef. You feel what I'm saying? Nigga had so much beef, a nigga checked him anyway. You know what I'm saying? He running around doing that shit. That's one thing about those type of niggas. When you run around doing that kind of shit and you think you a gangster, a nigga gonna check you. This how I'm telling y'all, these niggas that's pretending they actors. Because if they really like that, a nigga gonna check you. Straight up. If you really like that, you gonna get checked. When I hear about some of the gang members that was really like that in LA, you hear what happened to them. They've been knocked off. Straight up. You hear what happened to them. The niggas that's putting in their own work, that's really not the nigga that's getting a little flunky bull to do some goofy shit. Not that nigga. Yeah, you trying to influence other niggas to do dumb shit. No, the nigga that's putting in the work, a nigga going to check you. Straight up. You think niggas is going to allow you to run around and really press them and you putting in the work in and somebody don't get at you? But let Wicked100 tell you, he got all of these, gangster guerrilla stories that, he done put the work in and the nigga ain't never been hit before, ever. Now, it don't work like that. That's why niggas got to understand that the ball is working and the stories is capped. Because if you was really on that, there's somebody that's going to call your number, nigga. This how the game in the streets go. If you really on that, and when you working, nowadays, a nigga going back off you. Because a nigga really don't want to go to jail. They want to do the shit and at least have the chance to get away. In today's world, back in the day, oh yeah, it was different. You hear me? Back in the day, oh shit. Niggas is different. Yeah, back in the day, a nigga will put that work in and stand trial. Fuck it. Hey. Work it. They don't give a fuck if you the police or not. Nigga gonna put the work in and stand trial. Hey, man. Nigga was playing. Hey. That's the difference from today's world. But just being honest, there's still niggas out there that's like that, but it's at a minimum. You know what I mean? You gotta, it's certain niggas that you can take them there and they say fuck life. Real shit. It's certain niggas. You can take them there and they get, and the switch can go on, because I'ma just be real. Yeah, you know, you want to enjoy your life because you only get one. But we out here going hard in the paint and there's no end goal. And it's some niggas that be thinking about that. Niggas is out here going hard, working to build, and they got us thinking about leaving generational wealth to other people. They done came up with this state of mind to mentally have us thinking a certain way. Whereas though, I gotta be honest with this, right? You can go out there and bust your ass and go hard in the paint and try to build generational wealth for somebody else. And then when you die and they get whatever you got, they start selling your shit. It's a lot of people in the world, right? That if they haven't went out there and put that work in, they don't know how to maintain what you put the work in for. They don't know how to do that shit. You the one that knew that you had to sacrifice and work overdrive to build whatever you was building up. They don't understand that. They get what you give them and they start blowing money fast. Because no matter how much money you got, you still gotta put work in to keep shit generating. No matter what you get. Because what happens is certain people will get a hold of your shit and start stealing from it. And now everything's gonna go down. This is a part of life. Certain people get a hold of your shit, they gonna spin. Then you got the wrong people around you. They gonna be messing up your money. They gonna get close to you to try to get access to certain shit. This what happens. You know, this is a part of life. You know what I mean? Real shit. But you got certain people out there that don't care. Yo, so what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a celly, right? Real shit. I had a celly. You know, and somebody did a documentary on it. You know what I'm saying? Nigga name was Shannon Johnson. You know what I'm saying? I had a celly, you know, and he was my celly in 2003. You know what I'm saying? When I was locked up for murder, you know, he was locked up for some more other shit. I think he was locked up for some crazy charges then, but he had told me he was locked up for popping his step pop. But I don't think he was locked up for that. I think he was locked up for some old crazy shit, right? Now, fast forward, the nigga, you know, I knew the nigga was off, though. I was cellies with the nigga. I knew nigga was off. You know what I'm saying? Nigga used to wake me up in the middle of the night when I used to snore and shit. Had me pissed. He tapped on the bump. Yo, man, you snoring. I'm like, yo, nigga, chill. Man, I'm sleeping, dog. Man, you snoring. Little nigga, too. I knew the nigga was crazy, though. He used to wake me up like, come on, man, you snoring, man. Come on, right? Fast forward, right? The nigga get out and his baby mom was dealing with somebody else and shit, right? And he popped the nigga at the light. Pop at his baby mom, right? Then the nigga go on a run. Dress up in the garb, right? So he running around like he got the garb on like he a female. You can't see his face, right? So he tried to go back and finish his baby mom off. Literally. Ran down on her again, get the licking at her. Bow, 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 bow. Get the licking at her, right? Try to finish the baby mom. So they grab him, right? So now they grab him for the homicide. Then they get him for the assault, the tip on his baby mom and shit, right? The nigga get in there and tell the judge, man, I want the death penalty. I don't want to do life. Nigga done so much time. Nigga like, I don't even want to do life. They give him life. He like, nah, I want the death penalty, nigga. Lethal injection, me. Fuck that. You hear me? The judge granted it for him. Fuck it. Lethal injection. Straight up. They gave the nigga straight lethal injection and everything. You know, his peoples was trying to stop the shit. You know what I'm saying? But nah, they went through with that. Yeah, you can look that story up. Boy named Shannon Johnson. Straight up. That was my celly. Gave the boy straight lethal injection. No cat. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got some niggas out here, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, be like, man, fuck life. It's just, you know, certain niggas, I guess, you know, Wicked100 know who to play with. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You know what I mean? Ray J, them niggas know who to play with. Cause I'm just being real. I don't care how many niggas you got around you. You talking about security. That shit does not stop somebody that's on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how many niggas you got, security, how big they is. Somebody that's really on that and they really bout that don't stop them niggas. Not one bit. Because they on that. When somebody got their mind on that kind of mission, that does not stop. It's some mental shit. You know, a lot of shit with this life is mental. You feel what I'm saying? It's mental. You know, and they trick us. You know what I'm saying? With the mental shit. You know, like the ownership. We don't own nothing here. Straight up. Everything is recycled. So they make us feel like we own shit to mentally manipulate us to continue to keep shit circulating. This is why niggas go so hard. They make us feel like when you buy something, you own it. But you don't own the shit because the government can take anything from you at any time. They come up with some shit and they take all your shit. And when they do that, ain't nothing you can do. They took it. I know plenty of niggas that done had major paper. Major. And the government take your shit. And they take your shit. They auction your shit. I don't give a fuck how many houses you own. I don't care what you got. They taking everything and auctioning shit. Everything. But it's like a mind trick, right? Where they got us all, you know, chasing and believing some shit that really ain't that. Straight up. They got shit attached to your crib fees that never stop accruing money so that you'll never own this shit. This is what people got to understand. This shit is all mental. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Even from the YouTube shit, all this shit is mental. You know, shit get a mental hold on you in life and, you know, you think certain shit is reality. And it's really the simulation. You feel what I'm saying? We in like a simulation, you know, that, you know, when you look at it, you think it's real. You got to understand this too, right? Years, hundreds of years ago, right? There were people that was here living on this earth that you'll never know what they was doing, but they had to live daily, find food, had to find a way to survive, you know, had to put something over their head because the world been raining, snowing, storming forever. You know, but it was just different ways, different technology. Now they're coming up with more technology for us to use and to deal with. But there was people back in the day that had to survive every day. They woke up every day and lived a life too. It was just under different circumstances. You know what I'm saying? We living now under these circumstances, but you know, it's a lot of people don't understand that it was people way before us that was living under different circumstances. But they still had to wake up every day. They had agendas and everything that they had to do. And this is what the younger generation don't understand now. They don't understand this shit. You feel what I'm saying? And, you know, if you talk to them about this kind of shit, they be lost. They like, huh? Nah, they can't understand it because they living in today's time now. This shit is assimilation, man. You know, you got to pay attention to how when you go, you don't know when you gonna go, you just go. Or listen, you could be working and busting your ass to build the biggest platform. You could be trying to build the biggest house, the biggest business, whatever. And then you just go. That shit's over. You hear me? You might get somebody that might can, you know, keep something going for a little while, but it's over. On to the next. Now that shit was valuable to you. You really cared about that. It was really valuable to you. But when you left, it's not valuable to nobody else. This is what people got to pay attention to. Real shit. The shit you do is valuable to you. That doesn't mean that it's valuable to somebody else after you leave. You got a lot of people that be trying to talk about their generational wealth. That's some mind shit. If you don't create something that is going to generate money without you being involved, you're not creating generational wealth. Buying property is not generational wealth. This is the shit that they got us thinking though. Because you never own the property. You pass this property down to somebody else. And they don't maintain the taxes. They don't upkeep the house. They're taking. So how is that generational wealth? You have to create something that generates money without your involvement and hope that one of these big companies execs don't swindle whoever you leave it to or manipulate them into selling this company to them. Because a lot of times they done already been plotting on you. Straight up. Just keeping it a buck. You know, I knew this old head that got me into the dump trucks. His name was Mr. Frank. OG, right? Mr. Frank lived till he like 88. You know, took me to get my first dump truck. Real shit, right? And he had a yard. And the yard was right next to a big, you know, plant where dump trucks ran through, but his yard was right next to this shit, right? And he used to always tell me, yo, they try to offer me $1 million for the yard. I'm not going to sell it. Nah, I ain't going to sell it. So, you know, he owned half of the yard and his nephew owned half of the yard. Now, fast forward to the day, because Mr. Frank been dead now for about 12 years. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Frank been dead for about 12 years. My guy, though, Mr. Frank got your boy into the dump trucks. You know what I'm saying? You know, got me into the dump trucks. You know what I'm saying? I seen the dump trucks, you know, I'm like, man, how much these motherfuckers cost? My niggas start buying them. They like, yo, 20,000. I'm like, I gotta get one. I gotta get one. You know what I'm saying? My niggas start getting them, yo, you gonna make $65 an hour. I'm like, 65 an hour? You could put a driver in it for 15, 20, then you making $40, $45 an hour. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Get fueled in, you might spend $100 a day on fuel. Shit's higher now. Fueled in, you spend like $100.25 a day on food, on fuel. You know what I'm saying? But you bring it in, you know, anywhere from 500, 700, 800 a day. You know what I'm saying? That was then. You know what I mean? This was back in 2003, 2004. You know what I'm saying? So got me into the trucks. But Mr. Frank was like, yo, they want me to sell my yard and shit. He like, man, but I ain't selling it. Now, fast forward, Mr. Frank died, leave it to his family members, his cousin, get his nephew, get older. Now they sell this shit. I rode by this shit the other day. It's emptied out. And I'm sure that they probably sold it to the people next door that was sitting there laying on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, with the manipulation of life, you know what I'm saying? You have to create something that generates its own money in order for you to have generational wealth. You buying shit, it's like, just being real. Majority of the world is not going to create generational wealth. But this is what they, got us thinking about. The manipulation. They got everybody, the world, runs off of hope. It's a lot of people selling hope in this world, man. Straight up. It's a lot of people selling straight hope, and niggas is buying it. They buying it. They fucking buying it off of hope, man. And it's people that don't understand this shit. You know what I mean? Real shit. If you a hustler, you hustle, you grind for what you want, but understanding that, the shit that they try to tell us to put the value on, it really don't got the value. It's like mentally making us think that it got the value on it because they're telling us to go after it. Things only got value on it that they put the world to have interest in. If it don't got interest in it because they don't put the light on it, then it don't got no value. Soon as they put interest on it, whereas though everybody's looking into it, it automatically gets value. Instantly. Now, all right, it got value because they're putting focus on it. They're making people think about it. Now people want it. This is the manipulation, And I know, like, it's a lot of people on YouTube, man, that really don't even understand life. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people, man, that don't understand life. They got us manipulated with certain things. They brainwash us with certain things, and have us looking at things a certain way, but really it's another way. You got to always think about this though, right? When they're telling us a certain thing and got us focusing on a certain thing, it's something else going on. It's something else that we got to be paying attention to. And what I noticed is the people that think like that, they're like the ones that are the overachievers because they're not like focused directly on what the people want us to focus on. They're going outside the box. And that's the best way for, you to elevate in the game of life. You know what I'm saying? When you try to, do things how they instruct us, it's not nothing against people that, go to work on a certain time frame, right? But you got to understand, they design it that way to keep people chasing it. That's why it's designed that way, to keep you chasing it. When you go outside the box, all right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm not going to spend this, I'm going to save this, I ain't going to do this. You see the difference. They had you chasing the certain time frame while putting things in front of you. All right, here go the new iPhone. Here go the new TV. Here go the new computer. Here go the new car. Here go the new. It's like they continue to put the new shit in front of you while you're just making enough to survive. So now they put the credit out there on us. All right, cool. We're going to give you the credit. You're going to use the credit. Now you're in debt to us. Now you got to work, pay your credit. Now you ain't got no room to really do shit. But you got to be able to manipulate the system a little bit and go outside of that. All right, I ain't going to take this. I ain't going to do that. If you want to build your credit up, have a plan for the credit. Don't have your credit whereas though you getting it with the shit that they putting in front of you. Because all it does is keep you in debt. The shit that they put in front of us, if you using your credit for the shit that they put in front of us, you ain't gonna never get nowhere. At all. Because they're putting it in front of you with your credit to keep you in debt. Now, soon as if you do pay it down, you got something new. All right, we're going to do this for you. Now you got all these people calling you, trying to scam you. Yeah, we're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. Now, I don't want shit. Straight up. Hey, listen, they called me so much, I was about to start recording these motherfuckers. Like, I'm considering it. They called me so much, I'm about to start, like, recording because I bug out on them when they call me. They call me all day long trying to like give me shit and credit and all that shit. I'm like, yo, I should just start recording me bugging out on these motherfuckers. Because I bugs out on them. You know what I'm saying? I say the most craziest shit when they call me. Yeah, we see you just filled this out. I filled what out? Where? Straight up. I didn't ever fill shit out. What are you talking about? Yeah, you just filled this out. We can give you this. Nah. Oh, y'all see my credit done shot back up. Now y'all motherfuckers thinking y'all ready to get the whole. No. My shit good now. But, you know, a lot of us, you know, got to learn from experience. And some of us be having the experiences and still don't understand the shit. You know what I'm saying? It was one time I had 18 credit cards. No cap. 18 of them. I could get whatever I want. Straight up, whatever I want. Real shit. If I want to go get, I had a line of credit for $200,000. You know what I'm saying? I just go get whatever the fuck I want. Go sign my shit. Go sign this. You know, that shit there, I had you doing too much. They giving you this shit like, oh, but the only thing is, they give people this shit that might have some shit going on, but then you don't understand it. And you gotta have experiences to understand the shit. You feel what I'm saying? So from experience, it make you stronger and it give you the clarity how to deal with it. Like now, it's certain shit that I've done before that I wouldn't do. Yeah, nah. I'm keeping shit at a bare minimum. Yeah, I want to be able to have my shit cocked and ready to fire if I see something of value that's going to make me something. But I don't want to just be doing this and doing that just to be in debt to pay shit back. That shit there is what keep most of the world at the bottom. Nigga feel like, oh, I got some credit. I'm going to go out here and do this. I'm going to go do that. And you just living to pay this shit. Now, I ain't living like that. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, your credit good. But all you doing is living to pay shit. I'm not living to be struggling every fucking month. That shit there, you know, it's mentally draining. And most of the world is doing that from the design. Niggas is living just to struggle every month, but acting like they doing something. Straight up. You know, when I see somebody, and this is just my mind frame. When I see somebody working a 9 to 5 and they got a brand new car, I know they got a high car payment. I know they got high insurance. And I know they got a mortgage, rent. They got all these bills. So I understand that you look like you doing good, but you got some responsibilities. Yeah, you got some responsibilities. That car look good, yes, but the payment on that motherfucker is outrageous. I know this. But you know, the mind of the people is tricked by when you see somebody with a nice car, nice this, brand new shit, you automatically think that they doing real good. Nah. Majority of the people is just living check to check with that shit. That shit look good, but they living check to check. They just making it. You like, God damn. And you know, it's a lot of people in life, right, that might make a lot of money. Real shit. They could even make 6 figures. But their habits and their responsibilities damn near exceed what they making. So they could be making $100,000 a year, but they got 95,000 in habits and responsibilities a year. Straight up. You looking at them like, God damn. When you get around them, they like, I ain't got no money. What the fuck you mean you ain't got no money? How you ain't got no money? You make 100,000. The habits, that's because the mental shit that they put on us be having us lost. We over here, we want this, we want that. We trying to do this, trying to do that. And now you ain't got no fucking money. You ain't got nothing saved. Then if something important happen, right? You got to go use your credit to take care of it. Now you in debt even more. You done took on another bill. Now that 95 that you had in responsibilities turned into 98.5. You like, God damn. Or it might have took you over the 100. Now you looking at, man, I got to find some other income. This the mental shit, man, you know, of the world. It's a lot of mental games that's played within the world, you know, that people don't pay attention to. This why, you know, I say that it's important for you to take some time to yourself, to have some clarity so that you can see this shit. Because when you involved with a lot of people and you around a whole bunch, you can't see this shit. You can't. You dealing with their issues and the things they saying. I don't want to hear what nobody else is talking about daily when I'm trying to handle shit. I don't want to hear that shit. This is why I love being peaceful by myself, because I want to be able to be clarity about what I got going on and how I'm supposed to handle shit and how I'm supposed to stay in position. You feel what I'm saying? You know, it give you, you know, that time for you to be able to see what's going on when you in your own zone. You got a whole bunch of people around you. You can't think clear. Straight up. You know, but this shit come from experience. You know, when you experience certain things, you look at things different. And you know, a lot of people, they haven't experienced certain things and they just think that, you know, whatever they doing, it's gonna work itself out. Nah. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you got some people that say, I'ma just pray about it. It don't work like that. You can pray all day long. If you don't make an effort to do something different, them prayers ain't gonna work. You have to take initiative to do things different in order for the prayers to take effect. You gotta pray to yourself that you level up, that you find structure in your life, that you eliminate the negativity. When you direct your prayers in that direction, you start seeing shit different. Yeah, I ain't dealing with that. I don't care how much I was cool with this person, how much I know this person, I gotta separate myself. It's nothing against you, it's only for me. I have to do this. You know, because you find some people on a treadmill their whole entire life and don't understand how to get on the right track. Whole life. You like, God damn. Straight up. You've been doing this since back in the day. You always worked your whole life. You couldn't find another route. Yeah, and some people, they just don't want to listen. I'm not beating nothing into nobody personally. You know what I mean? I come on here and talk about some things, and the people that might be receptive to the shit. All right. But I'm not beating nothing because it's going to take away from my focus. I can't take away from my focus to try to beat positivity shit and get you on the right track. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to distract me. Then I'm going to be frustrated with myself. You know what I mean? So, it's like you got to take some time to yourself, so you can be able to get understanding. You know what I mean? You got to. You take that time to yourself to get clarity and understanding. It help you out. You do not need another person to help you get clarity and understanding. That's your emotions talking to you. I really feel like, the world is filled with high emotions. And it's people that they think that you need another person to be right with you to feel like you complete. When I feel like that's false. That shit could hinder your mission. If the person that's next to you is not on the mission you on or supportive of your mission, that shit could hold you down. It could keep you held back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, people be thinking that they got to have somebody right there. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. I need to be focused. And it just come from, as I always say, experience. You feel what I'm saying? I sit here and think to myself, right? It ain't nothing wrong with being in a relationship if that's what you want, but you still got to be strong-headed in your direction. I feel like a lot of people get in relationships, right? And they derail themselves from what they doing. If you get in a relationship and you got to sacrifice from whatever mission you on, that's not the relationship you want to be in. You want to be in a relationship that you on your mission and they on their mission, and we come together when we come together. Not I got to sacrifice from the mission I'm on to make your emotions feel better, because emotions don't secure your financial stability. I don't want to be sitting here, both of us confused and broke. Nah, I don't want to do that. Niggas be running around this shit having broke sex. I ain't with that. Straight up, that shit stink. I ain't even gonna lie, it stink. It smell bad. Straight up. You around here fucking broke. After you had sex, y'all don't know what the hell y'all want to do. What we gonna do? What the fuck can y'all do? Y'all broke. Can't do nothing. Get on your grind. Y'all sitting around smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? Lost, but still broke. And how we gonna go fuck tonight? What's gonna get us excited? Straight up. I agree. My dick don't get hard broke. I am not gonna lie. Straight up. My shit is like a fucking gummy worm. Broke, my shit like a gummy worm. It's not gonna work. I can't do nothing. I'm sitting here in the middle of the session thinking about some money. Man, I'm broke as a bitch. Hey, so I don't know how niggas do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Nah, it ain't even exciting. And then niggas get to having kids and shit. They bringing kids in the world broke. When I think about that as well, I really feel like we've been manipulated about having kids at a young age. Motherfucker think because you grown 18, 19, 20, 21, man, that ain't exciting to have no motherfucking kid. It's not exciting to have a kid when you ain't established shit, but they done made it where as though niggas is throwing baby showers. Everybody's excited to have a kid when they broke. All you doing is celebrating the struggle. Next thing you know, you down the welfare office. Next thing you know, you're at the child support office. Next thing you know, you need some money. Why do we celebrate having kids at a young age and we can't take care of them? That shit is crazy. That ain't no fucking celebration, man. That shit there is you preparing for the struggle. But they got us thinking that it's a celebration. Straight up. Niggas will go out there and spend their last on a baby shower. Just to tell people, RSVP, you know, this where my shit at. Go buy my shit here at the children's place. Go buy this here. You can buy me this. You can buy me that. Come on, man. This the mentality they got us on, though. Yeah. You know, it's like, but these are the things that, you know, people don't pay attention to. Oh, I'm bringing a life into the world. You ready to bring somebody in the world to struggle and then complain about it. Oh, I'm struggling and I ain't got this and nobody's here for me. And why the fuck did you have a baby? Why didn't you just wait? You couldn't wait? Oh, I ain't into having abortion. So you're not into having abortions, but you into sitting here struggling, complaining about why you ain't got shit. Does that make sense? Hell no. They done got us mentally messed up with this shit. This is why the world's so messed up, because of how everything is taught to us backwards and is celebrated backwards. Everything, you know? You got some people that don't even understand this shit I'm saying. Real shit. Some people don't even understand it. Well, if I get pregnant, I'm going to have my baby. All right, you going to struggle too. Well, I got a job. Nah, don't tell me you got a job and then you not paying attention to, you got daycare, you got responsibilities, clothes, you got all this shit involved with the child, doctors, you gonna miss work, child gonna be sick, you got all these responsibilities behind this shit, but you celebrating having a child, talking about I got a job. Yeah, you got a job, all right, but your job ain't strong enough. Yeah, I got some in the savings. Your savings ain't big enough. You not established enough. But you putting yourself in this situation, and now you blaming somebody else. They don't want to help me. The family don't want to do this. It's like, it's the same fucking cycle over and over and over again. The same cycle. Now you watch somebody you know personally go through this and then you sign up for it. Yeah, I really feel like, you know, we ain't supposed to have children until we older. If you can't have none, then fuck it. So be it. I feel like we not supposed to have children young. Straight up. I feel like everything that they try to get us to do when we young is what's holding us back from being anything in life. This is why, you know, if we being real, right? Straight up. This is why we being real, right? You know, people that have these kids and shit at a young age, they going through what they going through. Because they feel like, I gotta have the kid now. Just wait. If you wait, things will be more established. You'll have more experience. You'll know what not to do. It's like you learning everything with the kid. And now you want to say, I grew up with the kid. You learning everything with the kid. Why not grow up and then have a kid? And then, you know, they encourage a nigga. Yo, you should have a baby. No, they shouldn't have a baby. Yeah, they should not have a baby. No. And, you know, one thing I'm going to say this, and this is some real shit, right? Hey, ladies, Stop encouraging your friends to struggle. Real shit. You know, it's crazy. It's some ladies that will go through this struggle themselves. They will experience it. Man, that shit ain't no beautiful thing to struggle, man. That shit's not beautiful. Motherfucker thinking like the kid is a toy. Yeah, it's beautiful to struggle. Stop encouraging the other young girls to struggle, man. They encouraging them. Nah. It should be looked down upon for somebody that young to have a child, man. Nah, baby, not yet. You ain't ready yet. It's like you celebrating that young girl about the struggle. You celebrating it. Yeah, she about to have a baby. Now, you act like you gonna be there for her. Yeah, I watch the kid anytime. Soon as you get mad at her, I ain't fucking with the kid. Nah, don't bring him over. Man, ayo, it's a lot of shit that's backwards. A lot of shit. You know, it took me a long time in my life to find peace and understanding, you know, and I ain't even gonna lie. You know, to this day, man, I don't give a fuck about a lot of shit. I don't even care. You know, it was one point in my life where I gave a fuck about everything. I don't care what nobody say, how they feel. I don't give a fuck. Real shit. It's a lot of shit that I don't care about, you know, that I, you know, felt like I had to do because everybody else, the world said, man, I don't give a fuck. Straight up. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm not getting invested into some shit that's only making me miserable because you want to play mental games with some shit. You know, it's a lot of people that play mental games with this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people play mental games with this shit. You know? Yeah. You know, and I keep it a buck on here. You hear me? I keep it a buck. Man, I used to be so involved with shit. You feel what I'm saying? And people played on that. You hear me? They played on it. They played on it. And they played themselves. Straight up. I used to be super involved with a lot of shit. You hear me? A lot of shit. Now, man, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You know? I understand shit. Nigga, I'ma die. You hear me? I know that for a fact. Yeah. I ain't living to please people. And I know I'ma die. Now I'm living to please me. Straight up. I'm trying to please me. Yeah, I want to live this life. You know, it's a lot of people sacrificing their life for other people that wouldn't do the same for you. Not one bit. They wouldn't put their life on the line for you. They wouldn't sacrifice their life for you. And you out here putting your life on the line for them. Straight up. If you was in a bad situation, they'd go the other way. Yeah. You know, there's so many kids that ain't got no problem putting your ass in a nursing home and say, I got my own life to live. You hear me? And, you know, when you haven't experienced something or understood it, you just confused about it. You think different. When you see it firsthand and you experience, it's a different ball game. There's so many of them. They act like I'm here for you. Nah, I got my own life. You gotta hold up. You done bent over backwards. Straight up. You done sacrificed, did everything under the sun. And when you need them, oh man, they'll tell you quick, I got my own life. And then, you know, you got some people that say, hey, they got their own life. You ain't got to do that. But then say, you got to do this. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to be real with myself. Shit. I'm going to be real with myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, in today's world, too, it's a lot of disrespect going on. It's a lot of disrespect. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep it a buck. Nigga, I'm going to keep it a buck. If you in my present and you a kid, I'm going to whoop your ass till I can't walk. You hear me? I don't give a fuck. If you an adult, straight up, don't come around me think you're going to disrespect me because I'm going to smack fire out of your ass. Straight up. This is a fact. I'm not taking no disrespect at all. You know, and it's a lot of them in today's world that are disrespectful. You gonna call the police on me because I'm gonna whoop your fucking ass. Straight up. I'm gonna make sure you understand that. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. You know, that's the era I come from. You know what I mean? It's a different era now. You know what I mean? It's a different era. The shit I come from, you don't give a fuck how old you are. Straight up. You can be an adult. Moms will grab the broom and smack your ass straight across your fucking head. Grab the frying pan. Smack your ass straight across the head. Don't give a fuck how old you are. Now, they got the parents scared of the kids. Straight up. Got the parents scared of the kids now. Nah, nigga, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And I'm not playing. Straight up. I'm not your friend. It's the difference. Now, you know, the parents want to be the friend. They out there smoking weed with the kids. They acting like they friends. I'm not your friend. Go out there and play with your friend. Straight up. Real shit. I don't want to be your friend. No, I'm not looking for a friend. I want you to respect me. If you can't respect me, don't come to fuck around me. This is a fact. If you ain't got no respect for me, don't come around me because I'm going to beat the shit out of you. You're going to call the police. You're not going to be talking to me disrespectful. You're not going to be talking to me like I'm your friend. Straight up. I'm not doing it. I'm not your friend. Straight up. I'm not your friend. But this is what's going on in today's world. This is why the kid don't got no respect for him. Straight up. My grandma used to say my shit like a rubber band. Soon as you say something, pop! What you say? Huh? Hold up. Shit like a rubber band. And right. You know, now they got it different. They want to lock you up. Straight up. You know, my mind frame is take the motherfucker with you. Yeah. Take them. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Hey, listen, in today's world, you gotta have that type of attitude. Take them. So what? I don't care. You gotta have that attitude. You can't have it, oh, my baby. Now they're gonna play on you. They're gonna play on you. Now you wondering why they disrespecting you. Because they're gonna play on you. And I ain't going for the shit. Nah, you gonna treat me with respect. That's what it is. I don't need you to pay my bills. Fuck out of here. Yeah. You and this motherfucker make the bills go up. I don't need you to pay them. They go up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel like it's a lot of people that, you know, is encouraging this activity. Nah. You got to come together collectively. You know, or let them go out there and learn on their own. You know, I don't give a fuck if it's the hard way or not. Let them go learn on their own. Hey, you respect something better. When you learn hard way, you might be mad, but you respect it better. You know what I mean? And I'm going to just keep this a buck. If I didn't learn the hard way, there's no way I would have bought me a $500,000 house at 29 years old. Straight up. I'm just going to keep it a buck. Straight up. I would have not started buying properties in my 20s if I didn't learn the hard way. I had to go out there and learn the hard way. And I really appreciate all of the things that I went through learning the hard way. I appreciate it because those things is what gave me, the clarity, the understanding. They gave me what I needed, as in the tools to understand to be responsible. You can't learn how to be responsible without experience. You can't just tell somebody how to be responsible. If you do, they're going to go out there and mess up some things to learn what not to do. So, hey, let them go out there, learn the hard way. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. I feel like, in my young days, what made me so strong was that, when I would call and ask for something and I felt like I needed something, and they say, I ain't got it right now. Straight up. When I see other niggas got new shit, I'll be like, damn, can I get this? And then I don't get it. That shit gave me a different drive. I'm like, man, shit, I'm going to the street with this shit. You hear me? And then it gave me understanding, whereas though, all right, I've been through this. I don't want to go through this. Now I'm on this. Experience in the street when you young, it does give you an understanding if you got the mind state to transition. But if you ain't got the mind state, you could be stuck out there forever. You know what I'm saying? You want to from yourself. Because I know some people that was in the street, and I'm going to say even, male and females that was out in the street, might have been out there, the girls in their whole phase, doing whatever they was doing. You know what I mean? Young girls. When we got older, they matured and then they grew up and they understood how to be responsible. And I know some girls that wasn't with none of that and got older and got lost. Straight up. Got older, now you want to try the street shit. So now you out in the street and you older, you ain't experienced that shit when you was younger, and then you get lost. Now you hooked on something. Now you out here selling your cootie cat. Now you trying to find a guy to, be around you that's into the same shit you into, but all he doing is pushing you further in the streets. I done seen it both ways. Big facts. You know what I'm saying? So I think, that experience in the street, it helped me. I ain't even gonna hold you. Cause I'm street smart, I'm book smart, and I understand responsibility. So the shit just give me like an all around. You know what I'm saying? I understand responsibility, street smart, and I'm book smart. And like on some real shit, I feel like, man, I wish I would have gotten to the internet years and years ago. But then at the same time, I say to myself, that wasn't the time for me to do it. I was still learning, still going through things. I'm still experiencing things. Now, I gotta be real. This is the perfect time for me to fuck with the internet. Because I don't have a desire or urge for anything that I've done in the past. You know what I'm saying? I always had like my mind set, on some real shit. This just me keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a block nigga. Straight up. Like, listen. You know what I'm saying? When a nigga was out there, nigga, I get to it. Straight up. I know how to buckle down, save, don't spend nothing, and grind around the fucking clock. You know what I'm saying? My shit different. You know what I mean? I'm in a different zone when it comes to that shit. Right? So I always had in my mind that if I had to, I'm gonna go back. That's what my mind frame was. If I get my back against the wall, nigga, I'm gonna go get a pack. Straight up. Because I know how to bubble that bitch overnight. But my mind frame now is, no matter what, I'd never go do that. So when I say to myself, I wasn't ready then, I'm ready now. The shit that I would do then, I won't do now. Straight up. You hear me? The shit that I would do then, I would not do now at all. Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. Shout out to all y'all that rock with the channel. Just being real. The shit I would do then is the shit that I wouldn't do now. You know, my mind has a different mentality. And I'm focused. You know what I'm saying? I'm focused. You know, I understand, yo, with this right here, right? We bringing it from the mud. So, you know, this shit gonna take consistency. You know, I understand that. You know, we bringing it from the mud. This straight from the mud. And I appreciate all y'all that rock with the channel. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a lot of like-minded people over here. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know your host, DZ. I'm going to keep it a buck. You know what I mean? We could talk about anything, but you know what I'm saying? One thing, you know, that's not my style to keep the people brainwashed. You know what I mean? I'm building on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? My style ain't to keep people brainwashed. I like to talk about the shit that be in the world and, you know, have a conversation about the celebrity shit. I like to do that shit too, right? But at the same time, I gotta talk some real shit sometimes. I got to. Because in my mind, I'm thinking real shit. You know what I'm saying? I come on here and I talk about these niggas whack and all them niggas. Hey, listen. I already know, you know, I know business. And I know niggas that, you know, like these niggas might be known on the internet, but I already know, nigga, I know in the future I'm gonna blow by niggas. I just gotta get known. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get known. When I get known, I don't handle business like them niggas. That ain't my style of business. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And if a nigga like myself, if you could come from the street, and I say this to any nigga in the street that was heavy, you better than the streets. Straight up. Any nigga that was in the streets, if you in the streets now or was in the streets, nigga, you way better than the streets. Especially if you had a level of success in the street. Because being in the street and having a level of success is hard. Especially to maintain it. Being in the street every day and to maintain a level of success while you dealing with the police, the robbers, you dealing with all the adversities out there, and you able to deal with that shit there is different. And to be able to maintain, you got family members that steal from you. You got homies that are steal from you. Straight up. Appreciate that membership. I don't know how to say that. It's niggas, Dolph. Let me see. I'm going to just say it's Neg. Appreciate the membership. I don't know. I'm gonna mess it up. Appreciate that. Real shit though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that. A nigga that, you know, been out in the streets and shit like that, if you had like a success and you was able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you better than the streets. You way better than the streets. You can do more. You know, this why, you know, I know with me, nigga, it's like it's best for none of them niggas to say nothing about me. Because I'm smart like that. You know, y'all see I've been doing this shit for a while now. You know, I don't talk like these niggas do on the internet. Straight up, I don't talk like these niggas. You know, I don't care who it is on it. I'm different. When it come to, you know, coming from the streets and, you know, having that street smart and doing business, man, listen, I can smell this shit. I smell this shit. It's like, man, I know what the fuck it's gonna be. You know? I know what it's gonna be, man. My mind be thinking like, for the nigga come from, man, yeah, a grinding though. Hustler. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? From hustling. Like, putting that work in, you know? So, you know, with this shit right here, we just gonna grind. We gonna keep putting that work in and understanding that, you know, the world is fufafi. It is. You know, the world is fufafi, man. Yeah. And it's a lot of people that, you know, is being misled on the internet. You know, it's a lot of people being misled on the internet, man. You know, the world really don't want niggas to be conscious and smart though. You know, I say some real shit though, right? But I don't be like, you know, like I'm not one of them niggas. I'm gonna say some real shit on the internet, but I'm not one of them niggas. I feel like some of them niggas, they go too far with it. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they go too far with it. Appreciate that super chat. These are your real ones. Salute, my G. Appreciate you. I feel like some of them niggas be going too far. You know, they playing like mental games. Like they, you know, I ain't with that. I'm not with that. I'm not with the you know, this woke shit. You know how some of them jokers be on some like, you know, like they woke and they saying shit like the 607 onk shit. And like certain, man, listen, man, them niggas be lying with the shit too. You know, if they can catch somebody that, you know, believe that shit, they gonna pitch the shit to them. Yeah, 607 onk, certain them type of jokers and shit. You know, I think the one guy, the Pharaoh guy, I see him on there. Those woke niggas, they manipulate people. I'm just gonna be real. Those dudes that be they woke and the conscious this and them niggas is manipulators. Straight up. You know, because if somebody, you know, that has a following on the internet, right, can make you believe some shit that, you know, you might be second guessing about, they gonna push to make you believe this shit. Straight up. I ain't with that shit. You know, because it's a lot of them jokers. They on the internet, oh, this, and then the next thing you know, right, they got all of these people that's following them, and then come to find out they doing some mental manipulation shit to people. Yeah, it's like, come on, bro. You got these people following you, and you mentally manipulating these people to do certain things, and then the next thing you know, they get locked up, and they get like, oh, they done locked such and such up. Yeah, because the niggas was manipulating the people. That's all they was doing. Motherfuckers was capping. You feel me? Oh, they don't want you to know this and know that. And yeah, nigga be like, yo, oh, you don't need this. You don't need that. And then they ask you for something. All right, well, you saying we don't need this, but why you asking for it? Nah, it's a lot of manipulation, man. Yeah, it's a lot of manipulation, man. The world, you know what I'm saying? The world, man, is filled with manipulations and lies. The whole world, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to all y'all that be rocking with the channel, man. You know, I appreciate y'all. You know, we just grinding, man. The boy DZ bringing it from the bud. You hear me? Bringing it straight from the mud, man. Yeah. But I like to keep it, you know, a buck. You know what I'm saying? I can easily turn up and I'm like, man, I be in my own zone, man. Yeah. Be in my own zone. Real shit though. Yeah. But I feel like today we spit some real shit. You know what I mean? Today was some real conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's some real conversation today. You know? I like having a real conversation sometimes. You know, but I do know some people, they want to stay dumb. Straight up. Some people want to stay dumb. Yeah, they rather be dumb. They wanted the whole life. They just want to be dumb the whole life. Like, fuck it. I'm going to go out the whole life just confused. Yeah. Straight up. That nigga be selling straight bullshit. You know? It's a good feeling though, man. I ain't even gonna lie. It's a good feeling, man. Shout out to all y'all, man, that be rocking with the channel, man. Yeah, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button, man. Yeah. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button. We definitely we going live tonight. We're going live tonight. You know what I'm saying? We back. You know what I mean? I took a couple days, some me time. You know what I'm saying? I had some me time. I feel good. We live tonight. We back. Yeah, we back. They got some me time. You know what I mean? Hey, man. I know they go hard in the paint with this shit. Facts. Took the weekend. You know, I see some people saying, yo, man, you ain't react to that. And I'm just chilling. Y'all see what I did, though, right? I scheduled some clips to go out so a nigga can stay active. I kept some clips. I said, man, we're going to have some clips. We're going to schedule them joints to go out. We staying active. Facts. So we schedule them to go out every day. We staying active though. Big facts. Yeah, shout out to all y'all, man, that rock with the channel. You know, I appreciate all y'all, man. C. Brown, Treese, Shelly, Miss M, D Twins, Leonard, Blue Chicken, Ike. No, I appreciate all y'all, man. Big facts. We just grinding, man. Yeah. It's Neg. I gotta get that right. Appreciate you on the membership. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, man. All good, man. If you would like to become a member, it's only $3.99. Light work, man. Light work. If you haven't already followed us on Facebook, make sure you follow us on Facebook, man. I'm trying to get Facebook up. We're working on Facebook every day. trying to build that up. It's SBGB TV on Facebook. So, you know what I'm saying? If you haven't followed us on Facebook, make sure you do that. Try and build that joint up, man. You know what I'm saying? We working. I'm coming from the mud with this shit. You know? I feel good in a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. Feel good, man. I mean, make sure y'all stay sucker free, man. Stay sucker free out there, man. Real shit. Stay sucker free, man. Yeah. Hey, yo. I don't know if I told y'all this the other day, right? I took my son out. I took my youngest son out to get some clothes and shit, right? And I got him some shorts and shit, some shirts and, you know, some underwear and socks and shit. I gotta take him to get some sneakers this weekend, right? But I took him out, right? And when I get in the store, I see somebody, right? I didn't see them, they see me, right? You know, I don't know who they are, nothing like that, you know. They cool, you know, they support the channel and shit. They see me, they like, yo, what's up, SB? Man, I watch you all the time and shit, right? I'm like, okay, I appreciate you, brother. You know what I'm saying? You doing your thing, man. You know, stay on that nigga, you know, whack head, right? I'm like, you know, I'm on it. I ain't playing no games, right? So my son say, hey, Dad, are you famous? I said, we growing, son. You know, we baby famous right now, but we growing, man. We growing. He said, damn, Dad, you must be famous. I said, yeah, we working, son. Coming from the bottom, though. You know what I'm saying? I said, your dad grinding right now, nigga. I'm grinding. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that shit there had me laughing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I said that to y'all the other day, but yeah. That was a few days ago. Yeah, that was a few days ago and shit. So that shit was funny though, like a motherfucker. You know, we grinding though, man. Nigga feel good. I feel good. I look good. You know what I'm saying? Life is good. You know? Yeah. Life is good. You know? It's clean around this motherfucker. You know, your baby been in the crib. I've been cleaning up the crib clean. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, crib clean. I've been dusting everything. Got it back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Got it back. Got the crib back. And, you know, we just working. I had some trees fall on the side, so I got to go to my garage and get my chain for my chainsaw. So I'm gonna cut these trees down tomorrow. So yeah, I'm about to go to my garage. I gotta go ride to my garage and get my chain out of there for my chainsaw. And I'm gonna cut these trees down on the side. I had a tree fall in the back. It ain't my tree, but it's a tree out there that fell. A big one too. They gonna have to get that motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's a tree, that was mine, that fell on the side of the crib. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the chainsaw. We're gonna cut that motherfucker down. No, well, ain't no we. I'm gonna cut it down. I'm gonna chop it up into pieces. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the damn the trash. Yeah. So, you know, the trash should be here next week. But we're gonna get that shit done. And yeah, man. I feel good though, y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel good. I ain't gonna lie. It's one of them moments, man. Nigga feel good. I'm at the point where, you know, nigga just stabilizing everything. You feel what I'm saying? Straight up. Yeah, nigga just stabilizing it. Everything stable. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with life. You know, Everything's stable, man. Everything's stable, man. Feeling good. Yeah. He said, and Hefe going at jab 5. Hey, listen. And Hefe is bugging. I'ma be real. And Hefe is bugging. There is no way that I would be locked up for a homicide and I would be doing the shit that he do. Like, hell no. No. Even if, now, let's just be real, right? Even if the nigga wanted to make YouTube videos, I wouldn't make the kind of videos talking about the shit he talking about. Nah, I wouldn't do it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want to be in the middle of the gang conversation. Nah, and you know what's so crazy about some of the niggas that's in California? They be saying, oh, well, the police already know he a gang member. I said, this is why it's so easy for them to indict you niggas. It's easy for the police to indict gang members because they got them all comfortable with representing the gang. Like, I don't care. Like, that is crazy. That is so crazy to me. They all rep the gang because the police tell them it's legal. Did anybody think that the police is doing this on purpose? That shit's crazy. Straight up. Oh shit. And Hefe got a hold on him by marshals too. I looked it up. He ain't mentioned that. After this case, the feds want him. And niggas think he gonna be all right? Oh, man. And Hefe got a hold on him by the marshals. And he doing all this talking. Hey, listen. And Hefe, he's gonna be his own downfall. We ain't gotta hear nobody else told on him. I don't want to hear nobody on the internet saying somebody told on Hefe. I don't want to hear that. I don't care if somebody did tell on him. He told on himself and he talking so much. You think that this the way to fight a case? Yeah. Hey, listen. Any gang member out in LA that support what Hefe doing, I'm glad I don't know you, nigga. Straight up. I'ma just be real like this. Any gang member, any nigga, period, that support what Hefe doing, I'm glad I don't know you. I'm glad I ain't grow up with you. I'm glad I ain't your friend. And I'm glad you are where you at. Straight up. That shit's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The nigga got a hold by the marshals and all he talking about is gang shit. And niggas say, well, the cops know he a gang member. Oh, did anybody sit there and think about that the police does that on purpose? They allow niggas to do this so that they can make it easier for their indictments? Did anybody think about that? Or is that something that the gang members don't think about? That's not the mind frame that gang members have. Well, maybe the police are allowing us to rep these gangs so it can make it easier for indictments. Yeah, they don't think like, nah, they just letting us rep the gang because it's not legal. It's not illegal out here. Yeah, I guarantee that's what the gang members say. Yeah, just let us rep the gang, you know, but this is our culture. Yup, gang culture is our culture. Yeah, they let us rep our culture. Nah, nigga, easy way to get y'all indicted. They know y'all gonna identify yourself. You know, it makes it easy to know where you come from. If niggas was out there not repping this shit loudly and doing whatever they was doing, it would make it harder for the police to do what they doing. Now you would only have niggas that's telling the police information. So not just they got niggas that's telling the police the information, but you got the niggas that's banging, corroborating it. That's what's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got more than just the niggas that's snitching. You got the niggas individually adding to the shit. Yeah, I'm from 8 Trade Gangster. Yeah, I'm from Neighborhood Crip. Yeah, I'm from Paru. Yeah, I'm from the Bloods over here. Yeah, I'm from this one. I'm from that one. So it's like, man, that shit is crazy. It's like insanity. Straight up. That shit is like insanity. And they don't see nothing wrong with it, man. They don't see nothing wrong with it, though. The nigga, they'll cuss me out in the chat on the video. Man, DZ, you don't understand LA politics. Nigga, I understand that the police got a job to do. How about that? How about that? Nigga, you don't understand LA politics and this how LA politics go out here. So you mean to tell me LA police don't lock niggas up like police do in Atlanta, New York, and any other place in the world? Come on, man. Straight up. Can we be real, though? On some real shit, though. This how they act, though. They act like the police in LA don't lock niggas up like the police in other states. Nah, this is our culture. Nigga, they done fooled you niggas. Nigga, you niggas ain't got no culture. That's what the hell they don't understand. You ain't got no culture, nigga. All you got is it's a fucking indictment pool. That's it. You ain't got no culture, nigga. You have an indictment pool. We gonna put y'all in this pool that we'll be able to pick in there and indict you niggas. All right, we got these group of niggas. We gonna indict them. All right, come on, man. Niggas gotta wake up, man. Straight up. They gotta wake up. Straight up. Just keeping it a buck. You gotta wake up, man. Yeah, the times have changed. Social media is the downfall of people doing wrong in the video. With their location on. Like, the times have definitely changed. Social media definitely got these niggas comfortable. They think it's legal. They think it's legal. That shit crazy. They start telling you about their culture. Man, you know, I ain't even gonna lie. I know the type of nigga I am. If I was from LA, I would have moved. Straight up. If it would have been somewhere in the sticks in California, I would have moved. There's no way I would have stayed in LA. No way. If I came up as a gang member and I was gang banging, doing all that shit, there's no way I would have stayed there. I would have moved. Straight up. Gone. You know? Gone. I'ma holler at y'all. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what I would have been on. Peace. Yeah, y'all hold it down for LA. Hold it down. To live and die in LA, but I got to go. Yeah, y'all hold it down. It was real. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is out there rapping some shit, and then they go to No Jumper. Straight up. They go to No Jumper. You know, and I'm going to just say this, right? I wouldn't be surprised, right, if 4 extras going back to No Jumper, he would get indicted soon for something. I wouldn't be surprised. If a nigga come out and say 4 extras got indicted I wouldn't be surprised at all. You know they got some time left to indict him for the fireworks shit. I wouldn't be surprised if they came around and indicted him for the fireworks shit. I wouldn't be surprised at all. You know, you got Wicked100 acting like, you know, he supporting the man and shouting him out and like, that shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real. What's happening to all the dudes that act like they gangsters and they really want to be with the gangsters on the internet? What's happening to them? They all getting indicted. What's happening to the ones that act like they gangsters, but we all know they police? They still doing what they doing. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? All the ones that want to participate and, you know, rock with the gangsters in the street, they all getting indicted. Every single time. The only ones that survive are the ones that are really working with the authorities. That's the only ones that survive. You know what I'm saying? You can't survive rocking with the gang and being a content creator. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna find a way to get you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, listen, I can see 4 extras. Hey, two's much. I can see 4 extras catching the case, an indictment. I can see it. And if you look at it, right, 4 extras came right back up there with the same mentality that he had before he left. Nigga, we know you not like that 4 extras. Yeah. Any nigga that be hyped like 4 extras, they not like that, bro. Them niggas just got people around them and they tough like that. I can tell you right now, right? If 4 extras was to go to another city by himself, he wouldn't act like that. Not at all. If he was to go to any city by himself, he wouldn't act like he act when he up there, no jumper and all that Vernon Avenue shit. Go to another city by yourself and say on Vernon Avenue. Nigga gonna smack the shit out of you. Go to another city in the world and start talking about on Vernon Avenue. Nigga, what? Nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. What you talking about, nigga? On what, nigga? You got one motherfucking hand and you acting like you popping it like that, dog. Stop it, man. Stop it, man. Stop it, man. And the motherfucker little like that, nigga. That shit ain't doing nothing, man. Come on, man. That shit he doing, it's like the nigga animated for real, man. Yeah. These niggas be straight food faffy. Yeah. I wouldn't dare rock with none of them type of niggas. No, like, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all know how I rock, man. Man, listen. Man. Fuck I look like going somewhere and calling one of them niggas. Yo, I'm ready to hang out with this nigga. Nigga, that shit gonna irritate my soul. You know what I'm saying? Niggas like 4 extras, Crip Mac, them niggas irritate my soul if they was in my presence. Nigga, I'm not sitting around that shit. That shit's funny for 1 minute. 60 seconds. I laughed at it. I laughed at it for 60 fucking seconds, and now I'm fucking irritated. Now I got to go. Nah, it's like, and it's just me being real. I cannot stand around stupidity. I just can't do it. Some niggas can. You feel what I'm saying? Some niggas can hang out and be around stupidity. I can't do it. That shit irks my nerves. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you all like loud like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, nigga, yo, dog. Man, if you don't shut the fuck up, dog, shut up, man. Shut up, dog. Chill. Relax. Yo, we chilling right now. Can we have like some silence, bro? That shit you doing is like irritating, bro. Real shit, bro. It's fucking irritating, bro. God damn. You know what I'm saying? God damn. Hold Bird Avenue. Hold it back. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. On Bird Avenue. Hold it back. Hey, come on, bro. Yeah. Shit crazy. Yeah. Shit crazy. But you already know them type of jokers, they gonna be short-lived, nigga. Yeah. They gonna be short-lived, man. Short-lived. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, go ahead, man. Y'all niggas is special head cases, nigga. Real shit. If we being real, niggas is special head cases. dealing with some straight mental issues. Yeah, somebody, yo, this nigga dealing with some shit, man. Yeah, he nigga dealing with some shit. I can't take it. I ain't even gonna lie. You feel what I'm saying? I can't take it personally. Some people they can take that shit. I can't take that shit. You don't get your ass away from me, boy. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't get your ass away from me, boy. Yeah. Yeah. Straight pre-hype. But, you know, and Hefe, yeah, he in trouble. You said he got a hold by the marshals. Oh, yeah, and Hefe done. It's only the gang members in LA that, you know, want to wish. Like, I don't do no wishing. If the nigga gonna beat the case, he's gonna beat the case. I don't do that old free nigga shit, man. You don't hold no weight on no free nigga nothing. When you say free somebody, that shit don't hold no weight. Judge ain't paying attention to that shit. SBGBTV live calling show.
Yeah, Daisy, it's C, bro.
What's good with you, bro?
Hey, you remember what happened to what's his name? The silly dude talking about 5-5 Crip. What's his name again? I forgot his name. Crip back. Remember what happened with him when Dean stepped to him, had him, invited him over there to that mansion party or whatever they had going on, and they threw them hands or whatever real quick with the boxing gloves. Dean handled Crip back.
Yeah, everybody handled Crip back.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they all wild and all loud and, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I end up going.
Yeah.
But his excuse was talking about he was a boxer. Man, get out of here.
Crip back ain't got no squabble at all, bro. None.
Man.
No coordination.
None. And then, yeah, like, I don't know, they just run around there just hollering and screaming like you talking about. But yeah, if they run around some motherfuckers is about it, or there's some guys is about it or whatnot, yeah, it's over with.
Yeah,
it's over.
Yeah, you can already see that.
Yeah, I don't know why they playing. But you ain't lying about nothing you talking about. They all lying. They all some fraudsters out here.
Straight cat.
Oh, okay. That's all I gotta say though, bro. Shit, they playing for sure.
Appreciate you calling in, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, them niggas is straight cat. You know what I'm saying? They straight cat. Yeah. And Hefe, I'm like, dude is really talking about gang shit while you on a case for a gang DP. Like, come on, bro. At least try to fool the prosecutors. Damn. You talking about this shit that you locked up for. They say, nah, ain't Hefe good. Hey, listen, I'm going to say it like this, right? No gang member in California is going to tell me anything about the law. I'm not listening to no gang member in California about no law shit. None. Yeah, you can't tell me about the law if you a gang member in California. I'm just being real. Nothing, nigga. You ain't been to trial. You ain't fought no cases. You not telling me about no law. I'm not listening to you. Because you out here repping the gang because they said you can rep the gang. Nah, you don't want to keep this shit, whereas though, all right, say they know who you are because the gang, why the fuck are you identifying it for them to, be able to more highlight who you with? Now, let's just be real, right? Let's see, this is the shit that they don't think about, right? All right, say you from a certain gang. Cool. And say they got you on gang files, right? Because certain people might have mentioned your name being associated with the gang. If you don't identify it, right? Whereas though you say, yeah, I'm in this gang, right? You got a chance to beat something if they attach you to the gang. Now, if you say, yeah, I'm in this gang, you don't have a chance to beat something if they attach you with the gang. Because they say, all right, 8 trade gangsters jumped on this and they beat this guy up. You can't even say, man, I ain't no 8 trade gangster. I would like to at least be able to say, yeah, I ain't no 8 trade gangster. To a jury, man, that ain't me, nigga. I'm a rolling 60 Crip. I would at least like to say something to manipulate the situation to be able to have a defense to fight my case. But if you said you a 8 trade gangster and the case is with a 8 trade gangster, you can't even go in there and say, I'm a rolling 60 Crip. I'm a Paru. Hey, man, I guess I just think different. You know what I'm saying? I guess I just think different. Because I done had plenty of cases. I ain't gonna lie, to have plenty of cases. And I done spanked some shit. You hear me? I'm belt the ass, nigga. I ain't got no problem with picking a jury. I have no problem with picking a jury. I will pick that motherfucker. But just know, I'm already planning my defense from the door. I'm looking for the straight loophole and situation from the door. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking for the loophole. What I'm noticing about the niggas in Cali, when they get a case, they helping the prosecutors. And then act like they not. They literally, niggas in California is helping the prosecution and then act like they not. And listen, they'll sit here in detail, talk about the case, right? And if you say, yo, why you say this, right? Why did this person say this about the case? Other niggas in Cali, yo, man, why you counting the nigga out? Why you saying this about the homie? You don't know his situation. I'm like, well, he said it. I'm saying what the nigga said. I ain't saying nothing but what he said and what the paperwork said. You act like I'm saying something different. Them niggas act like you saying something, yo, you giving some new information. So it's okay for him to say it, but you can't say, yo, why is he saying this? You wrong for saying, why did he say this? And that shit don't even make no sense. I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Hey, man. Hey, man. Straight up. Yeah. Straight up. I guess I thought different. You know what I mean? Nigga been blessed to make it through, but I thought different. I always had I'm thinking about some shit. When I'm out here doing certain shit, you know, my mind is thinking. If I get caught, how am I going to fight this shit? This is what my mind is thinking. You know what I mean? If I'm riding and I'm dirty, I'm thinking, if I get caught, how am I going to fight it? What's my defense going to be? That's what my mind is, because you know it's a possibility that you can get caught. So what's the defense going to be? It seems like the niggas in LA, they get caught, they don't even think about the defense. They just think about giving the prosecutors more evidence. That's some wild shit. I'm like, you know, and that's no disrespect. I'm just saying facts. From my observation, it seems like the gang members and the niggas in California, when they get locked up, they don't think about defense. They think about giving more evidence. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. Big U, even though I think Big U is cooked, right? Is the only person that I've seen that was known and got locked up that shut the fuck up. Everybody else, they want recognition for the game. Big U, the only one I seen shut the fuck up that's been locked up recently. All the other niggas, they want to go in, yeah, you know, the set, man, you know, I'm a gang member. Nigga, hold up, man. Hold up, man. So, and it's shit so crazy, right? The jury members, they're not taking account and say, because you a gang member, we not going to look at you being a gang member. Hey, yo, can I say this, though, on some real shit, though, y'all? I got to say this on some real shit. I got to say this, yo. The jury is not going to get instructions from the prosecutor and say, all right, I want you to understand that they're gang members and they all do legal business, right? So don't worry about them being a gang member. They're not getting those instructions, man. I'm just saying. The jury members are probably some older people that hate gangs. Straight up. So when you go in there and you talk about the gang you from, the jury members have probably had family members that have been violated by the gang members, and they're not going to answer that question if they're asked, have you ever had anybody in your family been violated by gang members? They're going to say no, because they want to send your ass to jail because you're a gang member. But, you know, these niggas don't understand that shit. Straight up. Straight up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This shit is wild though to me. That shit is wild. I like, yo, nigga, y'all niggas is crazy, nigga. Hold up, nigga. Nigga, I come from the era, nigga. You know, I got locked up for first degree murder. The first thing that I was told was, don't talk to nobody about your case. Don't talk about your case. Don't talk to Yaselli. Don't talk to anybody. Do not talk about your case. Straight up. I don't care who it is. Straight up. I'm just keeping it real. I didn't even talk to my lawyer about the case. Nigga, your job is to defend me. It's not your job for me to explain the case to you. Your job is to find our defense. It's not for me to say that I had any involvement with something or I was at the scene. It's not that. I didn't do nothing. This is all I'm telling you. Straight up. You hear me? You know, my attorney that I had, right? And he went to war for me, right? And to this day, you know, he brags about this case to people. Yeah, I had this case and da-da-da. If I see him, he be like, yo, I talk about you all the time, right? So my job is not to say anything. My attorney was saying, hey, yo, if you can get this, you know, we can use this as a defense. I'm like, listen, I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting anything. I didn't do anything. Straight up. Like, what the fuck you mean? You know, but this the mind frame I got. These niggas that I see that be gangbanging, their mind frame is, let's go in here and explain it to the people, you know, why it is. And I feel like that's the worst thing you can do. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing you can do is try to go in there and explain something. For what? Fuck is you explaining something for? Your lawyer's job is to defend you, not for you to give him a scenario to go off of or, you know, a reason why you was there. Nigga, I wasn't there. Straight up. I don't give a fuck if you seen my car, if you seen me. I was not there. I'm not there, nigga. Your job is for my defense. It's not for me to place myself at the scene. What the fuck is going on? Nigga talking about, yo, he said he wanted to got a bag of chips or some toilet paper. Nigga, that's the worst thing you can do ever is to admit that you was on the crime scene. Straight up. And niggas don't even understand this shit. When you admit that you on the crime scene, the jury is not listening to why you was on the crime scene. I don't understand why gang members, niggas in LA don't understand that shit. When you admit that you was on a crime scene, the jury is not listening to what you said. They're listening to what you've been accused of. God damn, man. What the fuck is wrong with these niggas? And you got niggas in LA that'll literally say, yo, all he did was say he went to get toilet paper. The jury's not listening to that. The only part that the jury caught was you admitting to being there. They don't care about you saying your toilet paper, you getting toilet paper, because they don't believe you. You are a gang member. Jury members are not believing gang members. You are not someone known to be truthful. Straight up. Just being real. They're not believing you. You know? Just being real. If it was a camera there, you still don't admit to it. You never admit to nothing. If somebody see me smack the shit out of somebody, I'm not going to admit to it. If somebody see me do anything, I am not going to admit to it. You never admit. I don't care if the camera's there. This is something that people have to understand when it comes to cases. You never, ever admit to it. Now, I'm going to say it like this, right? Maybe, some people can understand it, right? If a woman literally gets caught cheating, she'll still say she didn't do anything. Straight up. You can literally catch a woman getting hit from the back, dick in, and she'll say, we was just playing. We wasn't doing nothing. Yeah. You thinking too far ahead. You literally can see the shit go in. Oh, I know I seen it. She'll tell you, no, we was playing. I wasn't doing nothing. No, we ain't do nothing. I was about to. I almost. You hear me? I was about to. But he ain't put it in. No, he ain't put it in. That's a fact. Straight up. You can literally see it with your own eyes. She talking about, nah, I didn't go in. He just pulled it out. It was right there, but no. You know what I'm saying? You said not all of y'all. Well, majority. Let me say it like that. Majority. Straight up. Majority. You know what I'm saying? Majority now. Majority. Yeah. Showing her a wrestling move. Shit's crazy. You know what I mean? I'm just saying though. Real shit. Yeah. Shit get crazy. Man, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so yet, man. Yeah, hit that like button, man. Yeah. But hey, listen, man, F.A. saying he was on the scene. That's crazy work, man. I don't care. You can tell me you see my car, nigga. Listen. I would never. I just couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it, But like I said, man, I think different. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Like I said, I got a different way of thinking. You know what I mean? I ain't thinking like, them jokers. You know what I'm saying? You got some of them jokers, they just think different. Yeah, I ain't thinking like them jokers, man. Yeah, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me see, yeah. Yeah. You say you agree on the majority? Real shit, though. That was some real shit. Yeah, smash that like button and hit that subscribe button, man. Shout out to all y'all. I'm like, man, ain't no way. Hey, man. Maybe it's like that, You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's like that because, the culture is just messed up. Maybe the culture just that messed up. Yeah. Maybe the culture just messed up. Because ain't no fucking way. You hear me? Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. You hear me? Ain't no way. Yeah. Police reports said they couldn't read his license plate, but yet he say out of his own mouth, I was there. Hey, yo. You hear me? You hear me? Oh, hey, LJ. That lets you know his intelligent level. And this is who niggas follow. You know what I'm saying? Too much. You already know. Appreciate you. This who niggas follow though, man. They follow this nigga. Niggas follow this nigga. That was a fact though. The police report said they couldn't read his license plate, but the nigga said I was on the scene. Yeah, that's a fact. There's no way I would have said I was there. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way that I would have admitted that I was there. I don't care what was said. Nah. You know? Yeah. But you know what them niggas would do, right? If Ed Hefe get convicted of this shit, right? Them niggas out there blame everybody else. They won't even blame him. He the one that said he was there. They won't even blame him. They gonna blame all the other people. Man, it was such and such said it. Everybody it was whack. Yeah. Fuck that. You know, Hefe said he was there on the scene. They'll blame another nigga. That shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now, hey, listen. His boys definitely might have said he was there. Understandable, right? But I wouldn't admit I'm there. See, you know, and that's what make it hard for an appeal. If you put yourself on the crime scene and you openly admitting it, right, on YouTube, so they don't even need a warrant, they can use your statement that you said. It's like they don't even need a warrant. Like if you in an interrogation room, right, and they don't read you your rights and you making a statement to the police, you can get that statement thrown out, right? But if you go on YouTube and make a statement, they don't even need a warrant. And there's no way you can get the statement thrown out. That's what's wild. And Hefe had a better shot of telling the police he was there, which I am going to be real. I think he said that. You know what I'm saying? I think Hefe tried to explain himself to the police. Yeah, I think so. You know, thinking that they might let him go. I think he got in there and tried to explain himself to the police because he explained himself to the internet. So I think he probably got right in there and explained himself. Yeah, I didn't do this and I went to get the toilet paper. Straight up. My brother just came home after 12 years because a body happened at his house and he said he was there to buy bud. Whole time he really had nothing to do with it, but still got them years because he said he was there. Niggas don't understand that part though. Niggas do not understand that part. Obviously, Hefe and any of the gang members that, you know, act like he ain't doing nothing wrong, they don't understand that. Clearly, you know, that's the worst thing you could do, you know, because they're not listening to nothing else Hefe said. They're not listening to your alibi. at all. They don't care about your alibi. They care that you said you was there. Oh, you was there. Oh, okay. Thanks. Well, we're going to take you saying you was there, put it with this video. Now, see, and that is what, is this. Listen here. This is what's bad for him, right? And Hefe say he was there. Now, they take the video, and now, even if you can't identify Aunt Hefe all the way, if they can convince a jury that this individual right here in the video is Aunt Hefe, he cooked. Because they gonna say he said he was there, and this is who we think he is. This is him. This why it's bad. Niggas don't understand that part though. This is why it's so bad. It's worse than they think, because there's a video of the situation, and by you identifying yourself to be there, now you give the prosecutors the ability to identify who you were from their observation. And then you got a policeman, even though niggas say he was corrupt, now if he's still a cop, he still can testify. Now they give him the ability to say, yeah, that was him right there. So you say you was there, the cop points you out and say, I know you, and that's him. And it's your lawyer's word because you ain't going to get up on the stand. Now your lawyer said, no, that wasn't him. The jury knows that your attorney don't know you. You think the jury don't understand that your attorney is just fighting your case for you? He don't know you personally. Shit crazy. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. Man, shout out to all y'all that rock with the channel. I appreciate y'all, man. Go check out the merch, sbgbtv.com. Hit that like button. If you haven't hit the like button yet, hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Share the live. You know what I mean? Hype the live. All that good shit, man. If you're a member of the channel, put a 1 in the chat. Y'all know we coming back for the late night show tonight. You know what I'm saying? DZ took a couple days off, but I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Took a couple days of me time. You know what I'm saying? They thought I died dead on the street. Shit, I'm living good, getting head on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm back. Facts. I appreciate all y'all, man, that be rocking with the channel, man. C Brown, Ike. Shout out to all y'all, man. Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Daisy. We going hard in the paint. Big facts. And yeah, man, y'all, we back for the late night show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we back. Blue Chicken. We back. We going hard in the paint. You know what I'm saying? Good live though. Leonard. I'm here, bro. I'm here. We got an early stream today. You know what I'm saying? We got an early stream. Listen, I'm gonna try to get back on the double whammy. I'm working on it. Hey, yo, but if I get back on the double lives, they might be a little shorter. That's all. I might gotta do like an hour and a half live. You know what I'm saying? If I do like an hour and a half live 2-3 times a day, might be a little better. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about tonight at 12. See, I try to make it consistent at 2, but you know, cause sometimes I just be getting that in the crib by then. So I gotta get myself together. I gotta wind down. You know what I'm saying? You know, straight up. Shout out to West Side. You know what I'm saying? You already know. Hey, listen, sometimes I got to get myself together sometime, but I try. You know, I got to come in the crib. I got to wind down a little bit. So, you know what I mean? I could try it, though. You know, I definitely could try it, though. Yeah, smash that like button, though. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, sometimes I got to wind down, get my life together. For sure. You know what I mean? But I appreciate all of y'all, man, that rock with the channel. Y'all know your boy Deezy, keep it a buck, man. You heard me? And y'all know what it is, man. We grinding, man. I see y'all later, man. Nah, I ain't never find the key. I'm gonna have to get a whole new key made. I bought some aftermarket keys, but you know what I did? I got AAA, right? You know, I'm working this shit because it's gonna cost me like probably like $200 to get it towed, right? Because I got to get it towed to the dealership. You know what I mean? And I gotta put it in neutral because it's in my garage. I gotta put it down the driveway from neutral, and then I'm gonna have to put it on the truck. So I got AAA. So AAA give me 4 tows for the year. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna call AAA, and I just got it. So you know I'm gonna let it process. And I'm gonna get it towed from AAA. And AAA was only $116 for the year. You know what I mean? So I get 4 tows and whatever other little shit else come with it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna use the AAA and tow it. But I bought some aftermarket keys. If they don't work, I'm gonna just have to get the key from them. But you know, nigga try and work it my way. I've learned in my life, you know, when you don't rush for certain things, it work out better. You know, you could rush and just say, I'm going to do this, that, and the third. But when you don't rush, shit work out better. So the aftermarket keys might work. You know what I'm saying? They might work. You know what I mean? If they don't work, I'm going to just have to get the other key. But, you know, the car is there. It ain't going nowhere. It's still my baby. You know what I'm saying? It's still my baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But AAA, we locked in with them now. Nigga got AAA. You know what I'm saying? Got AAA, motherfucker. I'm back. I sat there thinking, if I would have rushed, I would have been got the tow. You know what I'm saying? But AAA is I'm in there. I'm a member now. Now I'm a member, motherfucker. Facts. You know what I mean? I'm a member. Yeah. But shout out to all y'all, man, that rock with the channel. You know, I appreciate y'all, man. I hope everybody have a good day. I'll see y'all later on tonight, man. Stay sucker free, man. You know, it is what it is. He said they got it out with the dolly. Yeah, see, my shit too low. Yeah, my shit sit too low on the ground. They can't pull my shit out like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, and my shit all-wheel drive. So I'm going to put that shit in neutral. It's a certain way I could put it in neutral. It said, I looked it up. I'm going to put it in neutral, and then I'm going to drift it down the motherfucking hill, and we going to get it towed. Yeah. Shout out to all y'all, man, that rock with the channel, man. I appreciate y'all. Have a good day. I see y'all later. Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Deezy. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Trees, nah.
Came out the mud, now we map out the stuff. Hands on the wheel, got my life in the car. Up and down roads, they said ain't for me. Now I run routes like a wide body Jeep. Selling work on the trunk, I was freezing at lights. Eating chips for dinner, counting quarters at night. Now it's bags in the back, got them strapped to the seats. Every mile one prayer, one now police. State line after state line, I was chasing a shot. Every mile marker felt like a just to rinse off the pain. Then I double that flip, did it all again. Highway to the million, I'm never there. Turn that stress into stone, then I build with